What's up, guys, and welcome back to Astra. Oops. Whoa, I am so out of it. Aether Raids. Roy and Pal's Light Season Adventures, week 83, I believe, day 2. So I'm actually recording this prior to entering a match, before actually deciding whether a match is entertaining enough for me to record. And that's because it's been, a pretty good week for me so far. It's also a momentous occasion today. The reason behind that is because Roy received his Resplendent buffs today, and took a little bit of time prior to recording this video to grind him up and his summoner support. But he's finally summoner supported, thanks to the extra slots that I've gotten from FEH. And yeah, he's looking pretty thick now. 44 speed, 35 defense, and 38 res, not including the inherent enemy phase defenses that he gets from his own binding blade. And he'll reach 70 HP, upwards of that if he decides to go for a different refine on his perf. But yeah, so that's definitely something for me to be happy about. And the one thing that people have been saying, and I do kind of agree with, is that Roy looks very, very young. It's like he regressed in age, for sure. And I'm not entirely fond of a Nifl outfit for him. Granted, it is a nod to his relationship with Ninian, who many consider to be his canon mother. But his attack and special artwork's okay. I really like his hurt artwork though. It's a nice nod to his taunt from Smash. So there's that, I suppose. I'll use him on video today, hopefully, and we'll see how I feel about it. If I'm not too fond of it, I might just switch back to his original skin. But that's basically the rundown for his Resplendent buffs. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to get to use him with summoner support for once. This week we have Groom Hanada as the bonus unit, so he's there. I didn't refine his huge fan or anything, because I do plan on inheriting him to one of my new units, who recently reached plus 10, thanks to the summonings that I did earlier this week, with free summons and tickets. I won't really spoil who it is until I've finalized their build, so look forward to that. But in addition to that, let me just go to Obtained. I've had a pretty good summoning session, actually. So I think it actually started with Rinka, actually, yeah. So it started somewhere around like Python or Barst, but there was the new Powers banner featuring the units who recently got refines, like Mur, Donal, and Draug, I believe. And I was focusing on the greens that appeared in the summoning circle. I think there were like 3. And one of them was actually Rinka, who was a 5-star spook. I wasn't expecting it, but I was fairly happy about that, I guess. And I plan on grinding Hero Merit for her sometime soon, but the other noticeable green that I picked up was actually the last copy that I needed for my merge project, which I'll show hopefully sometime next week. And let's see, what else was noticeable? Yeah, actually, I did spend a little bit of orbs in addition to the free tickets and free summon from the Mirabilis banner with the Awakening units. And aside from these 3 and 4 stars, and aside from the Roy, which I picked up from the FEH today, I actually ended up getting a spook from this Adrift Corin who's neutral. I picked up an Anna and a Seri, and also an Adrift Camilla. So all in all, I think that was pretty good luck, really. I think I'm up to like around 20-something summons on that banner, including the free ones. So I spent like maybe somewhere around 80-something orbs, and I ended up getting 5 5-stars if you're counting Rinka, really. this Ephraim appeared on a different banner sometime earlier. I don't remember which one, but, you know, it is what it is. I'll take the 5 stars that I get. I'm appreciative of that. So, yeah. Pretty good start to the week so far. Haven't had any defense results that have affected my score negatively yet. I did lose some, but it's not all that bad because the ones that did count were the ones that were successful in the end, so pretty stoked. So we're just going to go ahead and do a double up, and I will, I suppose, cut until I'm ready to approach the map. So we'll go ahead and start here. And I'll come back when I'm ready to provide some commentary. Alright, and I'm back. And boy, do we have a match today. So we're up against this Japanese player who goes by the name of Shiera, which is basically Sierra. And well, take a look for yourself. We have a theme team. We have an OC character, Múspell's sister's theme team on the lava map, you know, for fire. Though not all of them are properly blessed for fire. I suppose it's not too bad. I don't know. I'm just nitpicking, but it's a pretty cool team overall. This team isn't particularly high merge, and just based off of the fact that the New Year's Leg Yarn, which is the free Grail hero, isn't highly merged, gives me the sense that this player is probably fairly new to the game, and also doesn't have, well, new to the game in the sense that they don't have a lot of Grails to spend on her just yet, and they're also either like free to play or fairly cheap to play, because all in all, units aren't really high investment in terms of merges and in skills. This would definitely have been a lot scarier had they had more mobility-based options, I would say. This team seems to focus on, like, buffing the team with visible buffs and debuffing the enemy team with, like, chills. And you'll notice that there are, like, tactics on this Leg Yarn, but this is like a sort of problem with certain theme teams and emblems which don't have like a consistent movement type all around. It's the fact that if you have like more than 2 of a specific movement type on your team, then tactics really doesn't work to its full potential, which is a problem that I've kind of run into with my own full-blown Lin emblem team. And it works to its best effect on this Blade Levitain, because you know, it bolsters her attack, so I have no complaints there really. It's just, I would say this is probably more for fun really than to actually be a competently, you know, built defense team for AR. But I respect that, you know. I like the way that this guy plays. It's cool. I haven't really seen one of these before. So one thing to note, I suppose, is that there are various number of chills, really. And I guess Hone Flyer buffs is going to affect these 3 units right here. You get the Hone Cavalry buffs, which hits the Leg Yarn. And we've also got attack and defense tactics hitting the Levitain, and called the Levitain. So let's see. So this Levitain gets attack and defense, and speed on odd turns. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like she's getting her res buffs, so they could probably look to optimize this a bit. But yeah, maybe change that distant guard or something on Leg Yarn if they're really to sort of look to take advantage of Blade. And I suppose we'll go over real quick what each debuff hits on my team. I am going to try to use Resplendent Roy for this, given it's his debut. So, Chill Defense on Summer Levitain is going to hit my Hinata, I believe. And this Leg Yarn's running Desperation, so that I assume that she can hit twice before the enemy, regardless of how much HP she has. Assuming that she can double them. And this Slave Yarn's running Chill Attack, which is actually going to hit Roy, I believe. So there's that. Levitain isn't carrying any skills. This is really confusing. I'm just saying their names, but then I forget to precede them with what version they are. So, New Year's Levitain is running Chill Speed, which also hits my Roy, but she's running Kumade, which hits my Hinata, because he's the one with the highest defense. And Leg Yarn, I think that's her default Chill Res. That actually hits Roy. But what's confusing to me is that she's running Wagasa, her default weapon, right? And that affects Hinata, so I'm not exactly certain why he decided to bring a Chill Defense on this Levitain. I mean, I suppose if one goes down, it's still active on the map, but I don't really see why that was going to be necessary. But anyway, I'm just nitpicking here. So let's just go over their structures, I suppose. Tactics Room, level 5. That's not really going to affect anybody except for Air and Peony. And they're usually most likely going to be in the back line. That's the bonus Bolt Tower. It hasn't been leveled up, so I think I might just sort of leave it alone if I want to jam the grounded units from approaching on the right. And I'd likely want to bait New Year's Leg Yarn with Hinata on the left side anyway, though that does mean that this Levitain's probably going to follow suit on the left side, which means I'm going to probably have to retreat at some point, but I digress. And this person has a level 6 catapult, which I suspect is there to help take out bolt towers, which are commonly placed on lane 3, but unfortunately for them, my bolt tower is placed in lane 5 to account for lanes 3 and 4 structures and Dumas, basically destroying it. And because I have a free slot now, I decided to bring my level 7 Panic Manor, so the catapult basically is rendered useless. And they also have a Panic Manor of their own, so I think I'm actually kind of fortunate that Roy got his Resplendent buffs for this, because he does avoid the Panic Manor. I believe he has like 68, but it does give him a little bit more leeway in taking hits, so he doesn't necessarily fall into panic range just yet. So there's this healing tower on the left, and this Levitain has the Restore to basically heal anybody of her choice, because this Summer Leg Yarn is actually being shut down by my Tactics Room, and everybody is being hit by Panic Matter except for this Levitain. And, well, pretty much everybody on this team is being debuffed, because this Levitain is going to get hit by my Tamari. So, this New Year's Levitain really has her pick of the litter with Restore, but I don't really recall off the top of my head AI priority for, like, choosing which unit to restore. I think it might have something to do with, like, slot preference or something, but I think the way that I want to go about this is to have Roy bait this Summer Levitain on the right to start, and Groom Hinata to bait the New Year's Leg Yarn on the left. So that this Levitain can only really heal one unit and remove their debuffs, and regardless of which one she does restore, it won't really make too large of an impact, I think. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't really look too strongly into this. I was more or less just analyzing their units rather than figuring out a concrete strategy, because, you know, I like to take in-depth looks at theme teams, so it's kind of just what I've gotten used to doing since I, like, built them myself. But so I guess Roy's gonna approach on the right side, right, and Hinata on the left. So this Panic Matter is not gonna affect Hinata just yet, which is good. I Levitain might actually just be tempted to hit Hinata instead of restoring anybody. But if that's the case, I suppose that's fine. Hinata will have like 37 res if I place Peony next to him. If he gets danced, he'll have 33. So at most, Levitain. Well, I mean, if she decides to attack instead of restore, she will be debuffed for minus 5 from Tamari and minus 6 from Panic from attack tactics. So that's minus 11, so that's 42. So at most, she'll do like 9 damage to Hinata, because I don't think she outspeeds him. So yeah, I think that's a safe choice. So okay.
Death's caress. I see. Careful now.
All right. I guess we'll just have everybody line up.
Pleasant dreams. The glimmer of life. You sure? A new year begins.
Okay, so there goes the Levitain. She decided to heal Summer Levitain. So, I mean, I guess that actually does work out pretty well, because if she decides to attack,
Like this.
my Roy's got Null Sea Disrupt, so if anything, she'll just end up suiciding, to be honest. So I guess I can expect her not to.
Got it.
To be fair, and that does basically leave this Leguarn by herself. And let's see.
At your command.
So we'll go ahead and ruse these guys. And
I'll lead. Maybe this way.
go ahead and dance Hinata.
Good dreams are born. Like this.
And put Roy in range of both Leguarns. So from here,
Got it. Yes.
who would I prioritize giving defense buffs to? I think this Leguarn might come after Roy. Actually, no, they're both reds. They might just go after Hinata. So this Summer Leguarn, though, might go after Roy. So I guess I'll just go ahead and place Air closer to Hinata. So there goes the restore again. Okay, and despite the fact that the Levitain had an impact skill, QR Binding Blade basically renders that, or nullifies that, so. And Leguarn runs into Hinata.
This I vow.
Running 2-turn specials on Huge Fan is actually pretty nice. So, just based on the pattern, I kind of feel like New Year Levitain's just gonna keep restoring, so she's likely gonna be the last one on the map. And if that's the case, I mean, only regular Leguarn can reach this tile. So I think if I go after Summer Leguarn, I should be okay. I guess I can actually have Allywood do the work here. If I break the Bolt Tower with Roy, Allywood can go after the Levitain first. I could No, okay, so I can break the bolt tower with Roy, and then I can dance air to smite Eliwood up, so that Eliwood can go after the Summer Leg Yarn. And I guess if Levitine decides to attack, that's fine. She'll get one hit in and it won't be too bad. Eliwood will get panicked though, so I suppose I could destroy the Panic Manor first, so that that doesn't happen. And Leg Yarn's gonna go after Eliwood, but she's got color disadvantage, and she's severely debuffed. So if Levitine decides to go after Eliwood, that's fine. If she decides to go and restore herself, that's also fine. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. Go ahead and destroy his Panic Manor. We'll give orders to air.
Pleasant dreams.
Well, I suppose if I broke this, then Levitine could also come after Peony or air, but again, given her attack and speed values right now, it's not too big of a deal. So, go get and finish off the Summer Leg Yarn. And have Hinata withdraw. Alright, so New Year's, Levitine decides to restore again. Okay, and from here,
I'll lead. Ready.
Peony can finish off the Blade Levitine. Gosh, saying their names so many times has gotten me confused.
Careful now.
Let's see. Guess I could do that. And, yeah, it should be fine if I leave this New Year's Levitine alive. I do still need to get the pots.
You sure?
Yes, Hinata, I'm sure. Alright, down goes OG Leg Yarn. And guess I'll move up like that. Okay, so Levitine decides to hit Eliwood. Okay, so from here, I think I may have to trap in the Leg Yarn or the Levitine first. So go ahead and dance.
Good dreams are born. You sure?
With orders to Hinata. And trap in the Levitine. Yeah.
The glimmer of life.
Alright.
At your command.
So that was certainly an enjoyable map.
Like this.
Nice, Roy's at 69 HP.
Victory is mine.
Yes, it is, Roy. Victory is yours. Alright, and so that was Resplendent Roy's debut against the Múspell sisters. Pretty cool map, Respect this guy. Unfortunately, my friends list is pretty much full, so I can't send him a request. But yeah, that was it for today's match. And if we come across anything else interesting, I will see you again later this week. Take care now. Bye.